Dr. Farmer again, and we're in week 2, and let's talk a little bit about Freud's psychosexual stages of development. I think it's very important to note that he called them the psychosexual stages of development. And this is primarily because his stages focused on the area of the body where the libido was directed at that particular stage. Now, all of the stages are pretty self-explanatory, except for the phallic stage. So I'd like to take a little time to really focus on the phallic stage, primarily because it's the more popular stage of the 5 stages, as well as the more controversial of the 5 stages of development. So at the phallic stage, he says the genitals are where, specifically the penis is where the erogenous zone is located, meaning all of the psychic energy is directed toward the penis. Now this is important for those of you all who are females because you don't have a penis. Freud says that that doesn't matter. Your libido is still directed towards a penis. So it's not that for women it simply changes to your vagina. It's simply that all human beings, according to Freud, during the phallic stage, have psychic energy that is directed toward a penis. Why is the penis important? For Freud, the penis is important because this is where we develop our sexual identity during this phallic stage. And it goes a little something like the story of Oedipus. Those of you all who are familiar with the story of Oedipus know that Oedipus is a character in mythology who ended up sleeping with his mom and killing his dad. And that's essentially, in summary, what Freud thinks happens to children during the phallic stage. Both males and females are believed to have a fantasy about their parents. Let's start with the males first. The males are said to experience the Oedipus conflict. The Oedipus conflict is where the male sees his father as a rival for his mother's love, and as a result of that rivalry wants to harm their father so that they can have sole possession of their mother. And Freud says this is driven by a sexual nature. All right? For women, the opposite happens. Women are said to have a rivalry with their mom for their dad. Thus, the penis envy idea, where Freud says they're envious of their mom because they have the penis, which is their dad, that the young ladies are really seeking in life. Freud says for the Electra conflict, which is what females go through, it's never completely resolved until the young lady has a baby, especially if that baby is a male baby. This is very interesting, and it was very controversial, and it continues to be controversial for people who read Freud's theory. But he says that at the end of this phallic stage, the boys, for example, take on their father's sexual identity when they resolve to share their mother and become more like their father. Freud says that homosexuality can occur when this stage is not correctly resolved. Now, mind you, this is Freud's opinion of how homosexuality develops. No one is saying that this is how it actually happens. But I think that this stage has caused a lot of controversy because of some of the ideas, like the Oedipus conflict and the Electra conflict. What do you think? Read the chapter and take a look at this week's discussion question about the phallic stage. I'm interested in hearing your opinions on how the phallic stage influences sexual development.